Today we'll discuss how using your PC you can access the time system to view your schedule, to view everyone's schedule, to request time off, and to request additional pay. We'll start by logging into your PrimePoint employee experience, and on the right side of the screen, clicking the Time and Labor logo, or from the Account menu on the top of the page, click the Time System Login. Either way will pass you through to the time system. The first screen that loads up will be your dashboard screen. It'll contain tiles that may look similar to what you see on the screen. To view your timesheet, you would click on the View Timesheet button, and it'll take you into a view of your timesheet where you can see the days and the days that you're scheduled to work. Clicking on the PrimePoint logo will always take you back to your home screen. To access other functionality, the hamburger menu, which is the three lines in the top right corner, will launch a navigation panel, and the star icon will produce your favorites. Under My Account, you have the ability to view your timesheet, view your time off balances, request all time offs, or view your calendar and schedule. To view your schedule, click on the calendar schedule link, and you'll be able to view your schedule. The gray days would represent any day that you are scheduled to work. The red line around the block would be the day of the current schedule. So if I wanted to see my schedule on the 7th, I can click on that particular block, and the system will take me down, and I can see that I'm working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If I want to see more details about the shift, I click on the detail drop-down, and I can see that I'm in Bravo Squad on days, and my position is a patrol officer. Again, clicking on the PrimePoint logo will take me back to my home screen. Opening the navigation panel again, if I want to request time off from my balance screen, I click on View Time Off Balances. This will open up my schedule, and once balances are loaded, I'll be able to view them in both days and hours. And if I'd like to request a particular type of time off, I can request right from the bottom of the screen. If I want to request other types of time off that are not accrued time, from the navigation panel, I can click Request All Time Offs, and then from the drop-down, select my time off type, which will expand to things like bereavement and jury duty. Once I select the type of time off, I can click Request Time, and I'll have full day, partial day, where I would actually enter a from and a to time, or partial day, where I would actually just enter the total number of hours in the day. And lastly, multiple days, where I would select a from date and a to date from the calendar. So for our purposes, I'll select a single day, we'll go to the calendar, pick a particular day, and put in an optional comment, and click Submit Request. If I've successfully submitted a request, that will send an email notification to my manager. Clicking on the PrimePoint logo will again take me back to the home screen. And if I want to view everybody's schedule for the day, I can click on the navigation panel again, go to View Group Schedule and Today's Schedule. This will produce a list for me of everybody that is scheduled to work today, sorted by rank and then by last name. So I could see who's on the administrative staff today. I can see that the Bravo Squad is on days and the Delta Squad is on evenings. And I could see the rest of everybody else who is scheduled to work on this particular day. If I want to view the schedule for a different day, in the top corner here where it says Shift Schedule Today, I can click on that to open up a navigation panel. And from the calendar range, I have options like today or yesterday or tomorrow. If I want to go to a date well into the future, I could change the type from calendar range to date range, and I could actually pick the future date. So let's say I wanted to see the schedule out in a date in April. I can click on the April 9 date, and then hit apply. And now it will show me the schedule on April 9. And again, I'll see that Bravo and Delta are the teams that are on those particular days. If people are off on any of these days in the future, once that date is populated in the system, you'll also see that person's name right at the top of the list and the number of hours that they are off on that particular day. In order to be compensated for additional pay, a request will need to be submitted to your supervisor through the system. The way you'll do that is by accessing your timesheet, either by clicking the View Timesheet button on your home tile or from the navigation panel under My Account, clicking View Timesheet. when you're in your timesheet, you'll click on the top right menu bar, Change Request. That'll allow you to select adding extra pay. You'll choose the date of the adjustment that you want to submit. So in this case, Friday the 1st. The counter would be the additional pay that you're electing. So if you wanted to receive overtime pay, you would scroll down and select overtime. Standby, if this was a road detail, you would say outside detail. If you were doing grant work, might be DDEF or child safety. Or if you wanted to receive comp time, you have the ability to select at a straight time rate or at an overtime rate. So in this case, we're going to submit an overtime request. We'll select overtime. We'll then enter a reason. So in this case, it's shift coverage. And then I would put the number of hours, in this case 2. Hit submit changes, and then add the detail for that. In our case, it's a demo, and we're going to ignore this. Once I submit request, that'll be routed to my supervisor. If I attended school or wanted to get training pay, again, I would click on Change Request, select Add Extra Pay, choose my date, select Training Pay, and then rather than a reason, I would go to the vendor school, click on the paper magnifying glass lookup to get my full list, and in this case, I would select DARE training and then the number of hours, and submit changes again, and put any optional comment that I need in the system, which will again trigger that notification to my manager.